Oh yeah, I'm very bad when it comes to blood, when it comes to certain depictions, so I should be all good. Honestly, me being kind of iffy is more so for you guys. I guess the best I can say is if there's at any point you guys need to, you know, click out. Please, you know, if anything is making you guys uncomfortable or anything like that, click out. I guess that my biggest fear, again, I'd play this in my free time. I want to share this with you guys, and then I didn't realize the list, so it's one of those. Alrighty. Let's slay the princess. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There is only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Taking a quick. Self-voicing font override. Okay, everything looks fine. Preferences. Oil. I don't know what parallax, flickering, auto advance, blinking, music, auto forward, subtitle language, controls, preferences, new game. Chapter 1. Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Explore the end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? I'm not doing this. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Silently continue to the cabin or turn around and leave.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
What is the end of the world?
Birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
You're gonna princess locked away in a basement and exactly.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Can't someone else?
If only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
Okay. I have
to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far.
I'm just curious.
For us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Go to the tavern, I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do, sweet. Because I don't know.
Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
What? Let's go to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Do I not already have Alright.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, my little pointer has the knife.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Hi!
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Wait, that is what I... Hi! Just checking in. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Hi! That was exactly me. I said hi.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yeah. What? No way. Wait. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk, steal your nerves, and step forward. No. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you? It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming.
I don't know who's lying to me. I want to just talk. I'll tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
I feel safer.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
Huh?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Well, now she's threatening
I'm
me.
probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm sorry, can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade. Drop the blade. What if she isn't? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
It literally says slay the princess, and the title of the game is Slay the Princess. I feel like I should slay the
You
princess.
charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Oh no.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Oh my god.
Shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fractured
Oh no!
bones, making sure, as you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat, with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with you shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
Ah!
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What are you doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secret. What does it matter what he knows?
Voice of the broken.
Stop her. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time...
Assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing it? I'll leave, yeah.
You're right. We should just leave. There's nothing we can do to stop her. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
In a sense, I don't. Honestly, after dying, I can feel giving up. Persistent, I'll go to the cabin. Okay, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Okay, I'll go to the
So
cabin.
much for getting out of here, if that's what you want. I guess I don't have a say here.
I feel like Subaru. Not Patrick.
The interior of the cabin is larger
What
and
the
more
heck?
grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine... The blade is your implement. You'll need it. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Wipe the mirror.
You reach forward
Oh.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
I feel like I'm the monster now.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter.
I'm
The door to
thinking.
the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It's the same thing.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago, you were going on about how pointless everything was.
Why this is reading me. Because I was like, yeah, I'll leave, and then I was like, all right, I'll go down.
Says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Heck. That wasn't an emote.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next.
I'm
But
so
soon the
tiny.
end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond.
How big is she?
The princess
Holy
towers over
moly.
you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
What?
She's disappointed, you know?
I was gonna talk to her this time.
Kneel.
Okay. No.
But the words don't leave your
Oh.
mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Okay, awesome. That's why I was down here in the first place.
Last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This
Feet
time
out.
groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met? I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas.
Take and pause. Hey y'all, welcome in Berg Raiders. Hope you've been having a lovely evening over on Berg's side. I currently have emo only on. I'm playing Slay the Princess, which is a visual novel with a lot of warnings. I can't remember what the exclamation point is, but I hope you all been having a wonderful time. So far, very interesting story. So if you would like to stay along for the ride. Is it just warning? My brain is farting. Yeah, it has a lot of triggering topics on their website. At the very beginning, I read through them. So just wanted to warn ahead of time. But welcome in, Rainers, and hope you all had a lovely time over on the Berg end. Get it? Bergen. Last time we met, I suppose that lends credence to our conversation in the woods. Still, whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas. You're supposed to end the world? I'm just gonna be quiet.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop
Oh, her
me
eyes
from
are
prying
spooky
it
now.
open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
She's being mean.
Can she do that?
There's nothing she can't do.
Wait, voice of the hero, voice of the broken. I thought I was the broken.
A chorus of submissive
Uh-oh.
indecision. Is that why you came to me unarmed?
Uh-oh.
It doesn't matter. All of it is easily brushed aside. And there it is. I am destined to end the world.
Uh-oh.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her. Maybe she'll be nice to us.
What would you have me do? Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to, and you just do whatever you want. I have a question before I decide. What happened to you after I died? I'm yours to command.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Oh, I'm not allowed to ask questions.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal.
A
It is place
priest
for
or a
something
pet?
worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
What would you have me do? I can ask a question or pledge myself. What would you have me do?
Is break these chains and set me free.
You're so powerful, can't you? Wait a minute. She's being mean to me now.
Don't be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know.
Nah. Now I'm alright. I got a determination in me to now slay her.
That isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
No!
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
I like this as a test because different people would decide.
It makes no difference.
Submit now, submit like some people would.
No matter how
It's
vainly
interesting.
you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
The dark red text, I see what you mean. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. Do whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
I'm gonna be forced to pledge myself, aren't I? No! What does this button do? Oh, auto. Skip. Save. Oh, that's history.
Your will was so easy.
I only had that option.
Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
I really wish I had the dagger.
Then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
I would have stabbed myself.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one.
What
aren't you?
the heck?
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
I think I'm messed up.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Uh-oh.
Break my chain.
I think I messed up.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's...
I have to. It's over. I'm sorry. And what if I don't believe? What happens then?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've
No, I'm
always
fighting
believed.
back now that it's too late.
All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
Please don't do this.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
I can't leave.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
Uh-oh.
She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
What happens now?
And then, everything.
Okay, mommy. But you do not take her hand. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd even go looking for her. The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't want to look at us. I'm begging you, don't do this.
What are we? Approach the mirror. Silence. As you reach forward, they're gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. The cabin. You are. I thought it said you are the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there? Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Gift, fragile vessel.
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for an overwhelming heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Alright, she got a point.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm Ross.
I think that you are like me.
I'm a monster.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are you what sent me? No, about the pond. Are you the princess? Know each other. Attack the entity. Destroy your body.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Are you always the princess? Or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins?
What entity? Is there an entity taking over the princess? The evil princess? I'm gonna destroy my own body. As it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. I know only that they are. Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
What?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Which will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Any more pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
Alright, you could just say you
The
don't
rest will
know.
find their own way home.
Ma'am. I'm destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done.
Being semantic, what are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Chapter 1.
You're
Bring
on a
the
path
tower to
in
her.
the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Let's do it. Silently continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking
I'm
about.
going for the sleigh this time. I wonder how many people go for a sleigh on the second. Interesting.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are. The blade is your implement. You take the blade.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement.
I feel like I should pretend to be friendly to get close.
Her voice carries up.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's on.
Alright, just checking in on you. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
No mistakes this time.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now,
No hesitation. Slay the princess.
you lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Huh?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course it is. She said, I'm not sure. I feel like she has to have some kind of trick. Was way too... Yeah, of course it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's over.
just believe it's good. We just gotta believe we're good. Let's go home.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good.
Was
One of
it?
these days,
Well,
that
yeah,
something
she's been mean
help
to me and
ease
evil
your guilty
before.
conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is
What
happy.
am I?
You'll be happy.
Get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past.
Huh?
No. This is the beginning. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. Oh no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here? Of course we are. I like it here.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this
This
wonderful
isn't
place
happiness.
to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to don't you dare.
Using the blade, kill us. Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like this idea. I'm just gonna stick around and do nothing. At least for a little while longer. Anything to get out.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
Oh, don't call me that.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stair. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
Okay, I was worried there was going to be more graphics corpse.
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Getting a terrible sense. Wait, hasn't this happened? But I killed myself. What am I doing here?
Assure you that you're not dead.
What?
And to answer your second,
If he doesn't remember what happened, then that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Voice of the
We'll
cold.
just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before,
I'm telling the truth and all this did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing this? Proceed to the cabin.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what... Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never... And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started.
Yes, but in
But this was called the Spectre now.
Scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again. But after that nasty trick you
Hey, oh
pulled
there.
us,
Hope you're having a lovely
maybe
evening.
She's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Just stay focused, will you?
Let's talk about it. Yeah, I want
Just
to
be
know
quick
more.
about it.
No. Anything, the world ended after I slew her when I tried to leave everything. Alright, she died. Something like that in the world. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Okay, that did not help me.
She just can. You'll have to trust that what I'm saying is true.
If anything, the world ended after I slew her when I tried to leave.
That's a good point. How do we know we didn't have things backwards? Maybe slaying the princess was what ended the world, not the other way round.
Yes, maybe this whole thing was a trick to get us to end the world. And now we get to go through the whole charade again, wholly aware of what's waiting for us at the end. But that's assuming she's alive in that cabin. We did kill her.
Is it gonna be a ghost?
You're going to find her in the cabin. If the princess had actually been slain, you wouldn't be here. And let me assure you, killing her will not end the world. I don't know what you think happened to you last time, but it's a load of nonsense. You'll get your happy ending. I promise.
Well, that's exactly what we're afraid of.
Really? Living happily ever after sounds that bad to you? Oh well, there's no use arguing over your masochism. The cabin
Masochism. I struggle with that word. You're being cagey, or what aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
This is boring. He's clearly not interested.
Alright.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Head to the cabin. Gonna be a ghost?
Warning, before you go any further. She will lie, she will
Will
cheat,
and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word.
she says.
She won't be a problem.
Voice of the cold.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table. The blade is your implement. You'll need it. It feels like no one's been here for her. Like I've been saying, she's dead.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
I will take the
You
blade
the
this
blade
time.
Very different.
And I'll take a look at the different.
So focus up.
Alright, well, I missed that one.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is
Only all
silent.
the same.
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
We did it!
It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
No.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you.
Every time I click, it like...
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
No.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
I don't feel like I can kill a ghost. What are you doing not being dead? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. I'm sorry I killed you last time. I shouldn't have done that. Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did that. It wouldn't be hard to do it again. Is there any way I can make it up to you? The people who wanted you dead tricked me, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's team up. What do you want from me? If I even knew I'd wind up having to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and now I'm floating around like you. Oh my goodness, so many options. You're dead, or at least mostly dead. What can you even do to hurt me? After I killed you, this cabin, I wanted to say it teleported. I guess I should tell you why I was sent to kill you. You were going to end the world. I was told you were going to end the world. Okay, clearly, slaying you isn't going to work. What do you want? Okay, team, I'm out of ideas. Thought. If you're dead, then that really isn't much for me to do, is there? I guess I'll get going. Leave her in the basement.
This isn't a solution. Nobody wins.
I'll just, yeah, alright. She seems like she's already dead. I'm gonna go.
Oh, she's upset.
You're abandoning me here?
Huh?
It would seem so, yes.
After everything you've done to me, you've chosen to do more?
The princess starts to float erratically from side to side, her cold exterior melting away.
I feel like I chose wrong.
But if you just leave me, then I'm really just going to be stuck here forever. There's nothing I can do. It's just going to go on and on and on and on, lonely and sad and hurting and empty. No, not that!
She's about to try something. Get ready. The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh echoing in your ears. You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold.
Oh my god, a subscriber! Everybody pog!
Are we doing the right thing? Why do
Thank
I
you,
feel
Lost
so
Air.
sad? Don't let her get to you. It doesn't matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you with fiery anger.
Then I guess you've turned me into something worse.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then
Uh-oh. She gonna stop my heart?
nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Stare at her in silence, step away. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid.
Not yet. But let's see if you stay that way.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the squelching of organs, the rending of tissue,
Uh-oh.
an icy, numbing pain.
Oops.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
Huh?
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
I still have my knife.
You swing your blade towards
Oh.
her briefly corporeal throat. It connects. A gash widens across her neck, glowing ectoplasm leaking from the wound. But it's too little, too late. In her hand, you realize she clutches your still beating heart.
Uh,
It thumps unsettlingly.
I think I just got fatality'd.
Even if we didn't, we've given her something to remember.
See you soon, killer.
I'm afraid you'll never know. As she crushes your precious organ in her hand, everything goes dark, and you die.
Now we're heading to a chapter 3.
You're on a path in the wood. And
What
here
was
we go
was
again.
chapter I'm asking a
Slay
question
her.
with?
Again. The deck's stacked, isn't it?
Voice of the chief.
We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Was the Phantom, the
Come on.
Spectre?
Let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them. Okay, so you've already been here. Twice, even.
Great.
Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess.
I'm in danger on this next
Well,
one.
We didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
No.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
I should have told him I would.
And then she killed us.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake. Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because
I hesitated
killing
on the
yourself seems to
second
undo
one.
all the good you almost managed to accomplish.
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
What should we help? Are you even the same narrator we met on the other loop? We've killed her and been killed by her. Neither of these things. Well, if we're going to fall through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. Honestly, stuck in a loop. What happens if we don't proceed to the cabin? There's something else we haven't tried. I haven't tried not.
Then she finds a way out on her own.
Ugh, of course she does. So, standing around out here is the same.
Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better. No, it's strictly worse. But she can't kill us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless?
Exactly.
Because it's cowardly, for starters. And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really, all you're doing right now is weighing to the only solution worth considering is more rules, more... Continue down the path towards the cabin.
I guess I should kill her again. Especially after I threatened her with the knife, I went for a second kill. I should go for a
You
kill.
know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
I know. Get in there and slay her.
The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free. Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack.
Trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you actually given up?
The interior of the cabin
What
is
the
long and
hell?
dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Where's me blade?
Great. Something else has been taken away from us.
I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Let's pretend there is a mirror at the end of this hallway, and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there behind it?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement.
Where's the mirror?
The way to the basement? Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
What?
What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do. Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works.
Alright, to the mirror.
You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than others. I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
Any voice?
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
The mirror clean.
Here we go. Nothing. It's like this place red.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. I didn't mean... Sometimes it like pauses for so many seconds, so I like want to click to speed it up and then...
Looking at killer, staring into the void, thinking about what it'd be like to die again. I know exactly how you feel.
Shit, where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Oh.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
I shouldn't have killed her!
I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. But you decided it would be best to try and bury
My legs!
You're not getting another chance to mess this up. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you,
Owie!
you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different. Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time.
Yeah, there's no blade.
Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Like, even now, I killed you, and then you killed me, water under the bridge. I never wanted to hurt you. I didn't even know how I got here. I'm a victim in all this too, you know. Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you no better than me? You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. You need to take my body? Can't I just open the door for you? That's fine. I actually came here to free you.
I don't think you get the magnitude of hatred that sits between us. You've broken more trust than I thought I had. Oh, we're past the point of compromise. I'm taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Struggle, just do it. Wouldn't possessing me be evil?
Evil is all about perspective. After all you've done, why would I ever care about what you think of me? Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
Huh?
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head. And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock.
Yeah, just crush us.
I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
I think I've screwed up.
And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up.
I killed her twice. I killed her, then I hesitated.
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
My soul. She's gonna make me fart.
Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Owie.
I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know. Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
And how do you do that? You don't have a will to wield. Your soul is in drain of courage.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
I like this voice of cheated.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards
I do want to know what's...
Your body reduced to a marionette.
I should be really
pulled
taking
reluctantly
advantage of
along
saving.
vital strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Throw my body into the abyss. I trust the voice that cheated.
Overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter. Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
You throw everything you have against her.
The
and
Exorcist
manage,
3.
For one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall.
Ah ha ha, ah ha ha ha.
What an end. But at least it's ours. An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
What do you mean what happens now? You wanted this.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Where's the narrator?
Oh? And why is that?
You should pay better attention to your head. You left. Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
He's gone. But
Terminal velocity ceases and you feel something, a mass growth. torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment. Hey Pan, welcome in. I'm playing Slay the Princess, a visual novel, a lot of dark themes. Hope you had a great stream to yourself this evening. Oh, this entity again. You don't answer her before she's gone. You feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Hey, congrats on finishing your first playthrough. Which, just as well, I have it in emo only mode because I'm trying to be uninfluenced. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's just going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared. Just approach the mirror. Totally not slaying the princess.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different.
Great story so far. Brain is...
It's going to do something to us. I can feel it. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
The voice feels small, distant as you approach. Hey look, it's me again. The blow? You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Sure.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes.
I don't like that,
become pockets
princess.
of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
You the same being as you were? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Well done. Want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
Interesting. Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer? What does it feel like to me? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You've been kinder to me than anyone I've met. Thank you. You've been kinder to me than anyone I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers. And every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
When I go back, it's as if... What do you feel about me, these vessels I'm bringing you? I've hurt them.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Alright. I remember I already tried attacking her, I believe, and nothing. I can't remember. I did try to attack her in the last cycle.
We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. The hero and the princess.
On a path.
I'm going to be as nice to the princess as I can this time.
Is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm gonna use the tab now as well to, killing a princess
Does
seems
it?
kind of bad.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
This is a big conversation to have. The reason she's going to end the world is because
While
she's
I
locked up.
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Let's get her out.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay,
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
To the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find a warning.
I need no dagger.
The interior of the blade is your...
I will take
You
it.
take the
I'm gonna drop it though. I feel.
The door to the basement creaked. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds... Don't let it fool you.
Just checking
It's
in.
been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to
We
the
have
far
to
wall
free
of the
her.
basement.
No.
She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No. Yeah, you caught me. I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
Okay.
She makes a Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what...
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Okay.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Huh? A relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Huh? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Okay.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Do you know why I'm here to
Do
kill
you?
you? No, no. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different
So,
matter.
You're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics, no matter how.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yeah?
You know why.
Slay her? I'm getting you out of here. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other while I decide what to do. Oh my god.
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
I haven't
You
gone
walk up
against
to
him
the
yet.
chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
You don't know that. If there isn't a key, do you have any idea besides cutting you out of here? I'm gonna check upstairs. Maybe he's still lying around. If not, maybe I can find something.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
You attempt to make your
Where
way
else
out
would
of
you
the
be?
basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
What the? Another?
Is someone else here?
There's never been a third person. I'll try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
No.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would
No.
have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were
No.
supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your
Oh.
better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm. Just you cut into her. The blade is sharp, you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Well, I feel like I have a few choices. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
I'm fighting for you, milady.
I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe
You're gonna
I'll see
stab
you
me?
another life.
Don't stab me. No!
Then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
But who will we see in the next life? Prisoner. Which after
You're
this
on a
cycle, I
path
will be
in
ending
the
off.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
In for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
We now have
I
voice of the
wouldn't trust a
skeptic.
word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep... You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot hard. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is?
Well, it's really done. Proceed, turn and
You
leave.
have already committed to my completion.
You cannot go further astray?
A warning before you go in. She will lie. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I
Wink.
didn't. Wink.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. I will not take the knife. I wouldn't have been able to free her if I didn't take the knife.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I will approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
I don't know why. I feel a weird inclined to always check the
What are
mirror.
you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cap, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Take the blade. Yeah, I'll bring the blade
Take
down.
the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
Because if they had locked me out last time, I wouldn't have been able to. Makes me wonder. There's so many
The door
choices.
to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her voice, harsh but controlled.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been...
Does she remember us? You walk down the
Whoa.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks
Looks
up at you,
different.
the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
I don't like the extra shackle.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose.
Guy, even the
something so
skeptic.
obviously useless.
Ah, the voices. I every time I'm thinking things, they are me. They hit the points I'm thinking about.
You bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just gonna leave her here. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable.
We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where I was
Do as
told.
she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
No intention of hurt.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
To free you. Intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened after I died?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I
Huh?
remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use.
And now he hears
This
that we
has
both
its
know.
complicated things. Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what?
She knew not to
failing,
talk about it out loud.
obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Interesting.
Get it? It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the
Ignorant
dark?
can't be bliss.
The more your success
No!
in
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is
I
too much.
won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Like those
Focus.
pauses. I click when
This is a
there's...
serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
She can't hear the voices though. You asked about my intentions earlier. What happened after I died? The other chain on the wall. Who is it for? What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
Okay.
That's ominous. But she seems confident.
Do you think she'll put it in my
Whatever it is
back?
She has planned. I think she knows what she's doing. Oh please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
The love story. And giving you realize that I have as much reason to trust you as like a weapon. I can cut you out of here. I'm not. Okay. I'm trusting you. Give her the weapon. You want to leave? I'm gonna be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. Leave. Slay her. Give her the knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place. You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you? Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
What?
Oh, well, we tried to take over her body. Exactly.
If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you?
A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat.
Well, see, man's happy. She's
What
doing
is
it
she
herself.
doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into
Oh.
her own neck.
Oh my. Look away.
You close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every
Aww.
gruesome detail.
La la da 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 da. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
So that's
Oh,
her play.
that's her play.
We don't know that she's
Ain't dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking it. And finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There's a.
This is worse.
All right,
than
I'm just.
watching.
Yet our eyes.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly
bounces
head-sized. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back, please?
Can we put it back?
The princess's eyes stare up at you.
Oh god, does anyone have duct tape?
Congratulations, you saved the world.
So I guess that's it. What a way to go.
I hate this. Can we just... Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your...
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind
I want
us.
to take her head with me.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some...
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Exactly, take the princess with me.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
That's all I can do. I can't do anything else.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't
Talking
it?
heads, free a
I always thought
prisoner.
I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Interesting.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
She's been taken by the entity. You do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Let's see how we've changed. Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay, just trust me, we've been here before and you always
It
get
feels
scared.
So bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
See you on the other side. It'll be okay.
Okay. If you say
Feels too good to be true.
I'm scared. What do I appear? Silence. As you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. To the cabin we go. Will she just be ahead? Oh.
I am a growing chorus of
Holy.
contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
You feel like there's a riddle, straight answer. How can you stand to be a contradiction? It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
I have no opinion one way or the other. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate you. Anything that makes me like you more, I don't know what that says about me. I'll seem so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
And once you're finished, I'm gonna kill you, right? I don't want to say that yet, but I feel, oh my god.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Damn. How many more vessels? Do you still not care what I bring you next? Figured out what you'll want when we finish.
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
The worlds we leave
My
behind.
perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Bring the prisoner's head to her. I'll make sure to save here for myself.